Hi everyone! Welcome in. How's everyone doing? Happy Saturday. We're having a pretty nice Saturday. It's been a very, rainy and cold week. Well, cool. It's not cold, but, you know. Not warm, but the weekend's warming up, and it's supposed to be, I think, sunny this weekend, so that's nice. How are you guys doing? Let's see. Hi, Kramvik. Congrats on getting first. And hi, Kitty. Congrats on getting second. Lovely, lovely. I hope you guys are doing well. I'm ready. We're gonna have a chill stream. It's gonna be a lot of reading. We're gonna be playing some Salvus Aries. Very exciting. Dating sim. And then also, Dandy's World is having an event, so I'm gonna have to play that offline, I think, with my siblings. I'm very excited. They're gonna start doing, I think, weekly, Tunes of the Week thing, and the first one is Sprout, which is my boy, so very excited to see that. But my two sisters want to play with me, so I'll probably play with them this week. It'll be very exciting. But yeah, pretty chill, pretty chill. Oh, also, I think I can finally eat like normal. Teeth are bothering me. That's a good thing. I'm very excited about that. Unfortunately, though, I think it's a little bit from now because I'm going to be busy at work, but in the next few weeks, I'm going to have to get my Invisalign, which I'm not very excited about. Because they're going to hurt. But yeah. Mostly good thing. Very excited. And tomorrow, I'm so excited about this. Tomorrow, me and Zio are going to go to the Ren Fair near us, which I'm very excited about. That's going to be our little anniversary date. We'll probably have like a part 2 of our anniversary date, maybe on our wedding anniversary, where we'll get our traditional seafood boil, but this year I thought it'd be fun to do a little Ren Fair fun time. So we're doing that. We actually almost got married at a Ren Fair. That was one of the locations we were looking at when we were planning our wedding, was getting married at a Renaissance festival. I highly considered it, but then I was like, actually, that might be too overwhelming for me. Because it's not like they shut down the whole thing. Your wedding's just in the middle of it, and then after you can explore the festival. And while that did sound very fun, I was like, I feel like this would also be very overstimulating. So I was like, maybe not. But I was highly considering it for a while. But I'm excited. I'll probably post some photos from it either on Twitter or Discord or maybe both. I haven't really decided yet. But I think it'll be fun. Well, yup. I think that's pretty much everything going on. Things are pretty chill. I've been up since 2 AM? Oh my goodness. So time for sleep? Yes, please do. Get some rest. I hope you can get some good sleep, Crambit. Oh, speaking of which, hold on. I need to see what Zio's game plan is. I'm worried he's gonna fall asleep while I'm streaming. I think he stayed up all night, so I just need to make sure he doesn't take a midday nap. Because if so, that's gonna ruin his, he's trying to reset his sleep schedule. I might need to do that. Let me see, hold on. calling him over. We'll see. But yes, I'm very excited for our game today. It shall be very fun. I forget. I think I had it pinned last time. Let me see if I can pin it again. Because they've got the early access out now. Aries. And then I can't pen it. I want to go to the Ren Fair. It's fun. I love going to the Ren Fair. It's been a couple years, I think. Well, more than a couple. It's been a few years, I guess I should say, since I last went. Hi, Beanie! Welcome in! Hi. Oh, yes, I was on Twitch, so I could pin this. Oh. Beautiful, beautiful. Alright. Hi, Beanie! Oi, how are you doing? I was talking about a little bit about my plans for the weekend. Hi, just popping in to say hello. Currently in the middle of movie night. Oh, music, cool. We're watching Hamilton. Oh, have fun. Hamilton's so good. I love that musical. Very, very good. Yes. I have gone to see that one performed live before. Very good. Enjoy. Thanks for stopping in. I will say, speaking of musicals, apparently 2 musicals I like are getting a, like, what do you call it? A profil? Like, when they do, like, the professional, like, pro shot, that's it. I think it's, like, pro shot, where they record the live performance, but it's, like, a professional recording of the live performance. And I think they're doing that for Hadestown and 6, and both of those are gonna have theatrical releases this summer, which I'm very excited for, so I'll probably watch those because those are both musicals I'm obsessed with. So, very exciting. My mother caught me in 4K yesterday. She was swiping through my phone, looking at photos, and saw Zio drawing out. Hey, she knows who Zio is, though! You're like, yeah, remember him? The random cat boy? It's not sus, I swear. I still need to watch 6? Oh, you totally should check it out. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I listened to the soundtrack a lot, especially when it came out. Little known fact about me, guys, I was actually obsessed with the Tudor period in England. I have, like, multiple books on my bookshelf about the Tudor period, about King Henry VIII, about Elizabeth I, about all of his different wives, about all his kids. Like, I have so many books on that period of history, so when the musical came out, I was like, a musical about my special interest? My worlds are colliding? I was like, yay! So, yes. Very good. I approve. She does with the way she laughed when she saw me. Oh, good. Oh my. The musical, it was very helpful to remember the order of the Wise Fate. Yeah! Well, so that's actually like a rhyme, Beanie, that's like taught, I think it's taught in the UK because obviously that was their, mostly it's their history, so I know in England it's primarily taught in schools. The divorced beheaded died, divorced beheaded survived is like a rhyme they learn in school. But yes, it is, the songs help. The songs help. I personally am a big fan of the Boleyn girls, and both of them, they got their heads chopped off. Very sad. But I do love them. I think they're both very interesting. And I think it's sad because they're both like really misrepresented in history. Because there's so much, guys, like literally the Tudor period, I've said this before, it's literally like, if you like soap operas, and if you like drama and reality TV, research the Tudor period. It's crazy. Hi, Nari! There's a cute girl on my screen! Oh my gosh, stop it! Hi, how are you doing? If someone asked me, so you're going to drama both Fu and Zio? I first I'm laughing. Aww. Yeah, she clocked, yeah. I'm tired for doing chores. Fair, fair. I need to finish doing the laundry in our house. I haven't finished it. But yeah. 6, the musical. It is my special interest colliding. It's a great period, Tudor period, great period of history to research. Just be careful though when you're researching some things, you gotta take kind of a critical eye to it. Like even some of the historians that I really like from that period, I feel like they still misrepresent Anne Boleyn, which is unfortunate. But you have to be really careful when researching her because unfortunately a lot of historians and even like first party accounts, it's very likely that they were misrepresenting what Anne Boleyn was actually like. Because she had so many enemies that were like higher ups at that time. Like a lot of people really did not like her or her family or what she stood for at the time. Because it was like a whole political thing. Beyond like which wife he was gonna be when he was between his first 2 wives. Like, it was a whole political mess. And it was people like, it was basically the fight versus would England stay a Catholic nation or would they become Protestant? And that battle is why there's like so much confounded history about Anne Boleyn and why they give her things like sources will say, oh, she had like a nub from a sixth finger and she had warts on her body because they were trying to imply that she was like a witch and that she was evil. And it's like, that's probably not true. There's no historical evidence actually pointing to that other than the like first-hand sources, but the first-hand sources are from people that were actively like plotting against her in history, so it's like you gotta be careful. Man. But yes, very interesting period of time. I love it, so good. We can say the king was a hoe. He definitely was for sure. Oh my, what an interesting username. Hi Feet, welcome in. Hi. I was talking a little bit about the Tudor period. But hi, how are you doing? Happy Saturday. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. If it is your weekend, I know some people work on Saturday. Like back then? Probably. I mean, a lot of things back then were seen as like scandalous, but it's mostly because back then times were a lot colder. They kind of were like in a mini ice age. It wasn't like a full-blown ice age, but the world as a whole was much colder back then, so they needed more layers to stay warm. And then they were also quite prudish back in the day, but it was a combination of the two. But yeah, seeing a young lass's ankles and feet would be quite scandalous. Very interesting, yes. You have a follow-up question? Okay. Alright, anyways. We're playing Salvus Aries today, which is very exciting. I did pin it in the pinned comment or chat. I don't, would you call it a comment on Twitch? I guess pinned Twitch chat. But we did play it before. If you guys want to check it out, I did leave the link to its Steam page if you want to wishlist it or anything like that. But yeah, we'll be playing. We're gonna be finishing. I think we'll be able to finish Valefar's route today? Question mark? I'm not entirely sure. I'm hoping we'll be able to finish it today, but we'll see. It'll depend on how long it goes, because we can't stream too late, but we shall see. We shall see. Thank you for sharing the rules in chat, Karambit. Yes, this is 16 plus stream, and please no excess flirting or sexual content. Thank you. Yeah, be careful. My mods take their job very seriously. Alright. Let me get the game pulled up for you guys. I think it should just pull up, so let's try it. Let's go here. Can you see it? It might take a little bit. Ha ha ha! It does work. Okay, cool. This off for you guys. And then we're gonna go to our secondary gaming location because I don't want to cover too much of the screen. Alright. Let's go. I'm excited. I love this game. Okay. And we were here? Okay. Okay. I remember we were. I think we just finished this scene. I think I accidentally scrolled back. Alright, we'll see. So content. Okay. So she's sitting up. She goes, I sat up prepared to my tactician brain had still not yet to rest. That was them finishing their conversation. Then I think this is gonna be the start of the next part. There we go. I have to be careful. The scrolling on the mouse scrolls back and forth in the thing, and then I get lost. Okay. This is from Valefar's perspective. This is his inner monologue, I believe. I was never more terrified of myself than I was now. Hell. Hell, what would I do? What could I do? I thought I was merely rotting away. Had accepted it, in fact. Denial raged within me all night. But I was too goddamn old to be an ignorant fool. I was turning into one of those benevolents. I was to lose myself. What I was to what? Blind rage, a senseless urge to kill? Never once had I considered those creatures felt, other than that they were beings of destruction. Wait, so for context though, we're pretty sure that Valefar knew her in her real life. We feel pretty confident of that. And that he's purposely aged himself up. Meaning in his old life he probably didn't live that long. And he's slowly becoming a malevolent. Okay. Never once had I considered what those creatures felt other than being destruction. It was despair that drove them, despair that ripped away their humanity. Left to unchecked, it would do the same to me. Who was I kidding? I would do the same to me no matter what. Perhaps staying calm would merely delay the inevitable. I shoved despair down within myself and into a deeper part of me. I needed to keep hold of myself for as long as I could. What if I turned? And not only turned, but hurt her? I could never forgive myself. Yet, nothing of myself would even remain to forgive. I could accept that I was becoming nothing, but not if it meant hurting her. I couldn't even avoid her either, not when she looked at me with those eyes, with that sadness that would remain when I left. I knew she would weep endlessly if I continued this game of hide-and-seek and left unsettled regrets between the both of us. I could not contribute to her pile of burdens and sorrows, even if I was destined to be one tragedy in her existence. It was for your own good would not have been sufficient to satisfy her, and rightly so. God, have you no mercy? Our boy's struggling. How do we end up doing this here again? The automata stood like rows of ducks. They are more like dolls with their own spirits. Truthfully, they reminded me of the reapers we worked with, who are just unwilling to speak unless we spoke to them first. They were vacant without any interest, like most reapers. At least they had a good reason to be like this, but they also begged the question. Were the other reapers made to feel less? Were we an anomaly? Or did their goals drive them for a single purpose? Ethics of reapers aside, we had our work cut out for us. Well, if their job is to record everything... Deaths. They record deaths. Smartass. Valefar stepped in front of Aries. Aries, that's how you say his name. Oh gosh, that's the one thing about this game, guys. I love this game, but some of the names, my brain does not want to read them the way that you're supposed to say them in the game. Okay, Aries, okay. Valefar stepped in front of Aries and casually pushed him back with an outstretched arm.
Ignore Aries and divulge your wisdom.
Those automa, say, even though they were dolls to me,
yes.
Let us have them tail the lost souls. Well, before they become lost. We should have them follow everyone who's due to ascend to heaven next. Ascensions haven't been paused, have they?
Unfortunately not. Even though it is unwise to let them continue.
Despite my reports of the benevolence here, they see no point in it.
Angels will never find fault within themselves. They think their guard of heaven is infallible. Any trouble of purgatory is not their concern.
Pricks. So, we work around it. Instead of having them record deaths, we have them record other things. They shall record all the soul's movements and whereabouts at all times. And if something goes amiss, well, she'll be notified immediately and intervene before there's trouble. The automa are made for singular purpose and role. Would it be possible to alter their tasks? Ha! You say that as if I'm not standing right here. He summoned a giant wrench and tossed it into the air with a magnificent spin, then caught it at the tip of his index finger. I wish I had my bench here, but we'll manage. Stefan can do tech stuff? Oh my gosh! Eh. Cain pulled him to the side and shook his head. Don't pry, Aries. Alright. Now I wanted to pry, but if Aries was going to behave, I certainly couldn't rebel. How are the automata? I don't know. How are the automata made? Soul fragments. Souls come from a source. We work with them in the soul workshop. We craft each individual one, then put them into clay pots, and then give them to the angels to be delivered a little time before the child is born, or during, if someone is forgetful. During this process, shards of these souls are collected and put into a collective fuel source. This gives us what we need to run the automa. Stand back and let me do some adjustments. You guys won't be of any help. Except you, Sierra. Don't you try to get out of this. The rest of us inept folks shuffle to find a place to huddle, ignoring the sounds of sorcery from beside us. And there we are! Each one is linked to our watches. We'll assign them to at-risk souls through that. Like, sort of letter, or a telegram. Eh? Like a text message that imprints within them. Sorcery. I went up to one of the one assigned to me. They didn't look much different than before. Hello, what is your name? They looked at me. Then, may I call you Daniel? Being nodded before me. Daniel? The name popped into my head. I like it. Project Daniel. Then, shall we refer to them all as Daniels? I do feel odd calling them automata now. Would you all be okay with that? I should come up with a name for each of you soon. A head bobbed in unison. Very well. But you shall be my original Daniel. I turned proudly before my new friend and patted original Daniel's head. What do we do now? I already pulled the data for who's going to heaven, therefore making them at risk. Just keep an eye on your watch for status updates. Any questions? This better work. You're getting a free break. Don't complain.
I think it is a brilliant idea.
And what is this? We whirled around in various states of shock as a voice rang out from Heaven's Gate.
Oh.
Why are the automata here? Have you stolen them away? They're a newer batch that I want to try something new with. Something that would benefit you guys especially. Kane cast a suspicious glance at Siphon's way, but the latter kept his eyes trained on Rune, albeit lowered. It was oddly subservient, and it disconcerted me. Was this how we had to defer to angels? Seer never once treated us like we were lesser. Perhaps this is Rune is of a higher rank? No, I'm pretty sure they mentioned before that all angels kind of like look down and like turn up their noses and snub anyone that's not an angel, so. Alright, I don't have the patience for this. I'm out. Aries rolled his eyes and was the first to return. Kane was shaking his head to himself, but I was secretly proud of Aries. This angel rubbed me the wrong way. But after everything 6 months ago, I'd be damned if I caused any more trouble. Rude as ever. His kind always are. In any case, I look forward to the results. Lord knows we are in need of a productivity boost. Too much evil thrives in the world. It's our job to step in only when we must. Yes, and we must do so more often. Good day. He bowed his head in dismissal and went back through the gate. Was he spying on us?
He knew I was going to be here and wanted to meet. I suppose seeing our work here was enough discussion for him.
He was pretty rude himself. The angels are often, brass? Brusque? Brusque? I don't know how to say that. And terse, yes. I'll stay behind with Sierra for a little while to do a checkup, in case there's anything I missed. Sierra was thoroughly put out to be left behind once more. Goodbye, Jay. I'll see you later, Sierra. I love Sierra. Ah, I can't wait for the other guys' routes. Valefar winked at our angel and held my arm closer than usual as we returned to stasis. Another set of footsteps followed behind us. I turned to look, expecting a runaway stare, only to find a different stowaway instead. Oh my gosh, is it Daniel? Oh. Behind us was Daniel! Yay! Our automata likes us! That's so cute! Are you alright? Daniel blinked. Alright. He wants to tell me. I just realized that since they were all dolls, they perhaps didn't have an actual gender. May I refer to you as a he? Forgive my assumptions. Here I go ahead, naming you and whatnot, without asking. He nodded. How could you have possibly understood that? I just can. Aren't I right? Daniel wrote something down. My watch pinged. Correct, it read. Oh, he likes us!
My word. I didn't know they could communicate. Or is this an exception from Zafon's tinkering?
No, it's clearly because we're so special. I mean, we had like a whole harem of like anime guys wanting to save us when we were back on Earth before having met any of them, so... You know, what can I say? We sway hearts. Perhaps no one ever noticed or gave them the opportunity to. If your only job is to record people dying, then I imagine you don't have much desire to say anything else.
Here you go, having me be ashamed of myself and my narrow-minded outlook.
He nudged me playfully with his shoulder. Leave it to you to always broaden our perspectives. What would you do without me, except for have a life of peace? I nudged him back, then turned my attention back to our tag-along. Well, Daniel, how would you like to explore the world with us?
Pardon me?
I suppose I'm a lost soul too, in a way, right? You wouldn't be shrinking his work in that way. Come on, let's have some fun. Okay. And it's not like we're lazing about either. We're testing his tracking capabilities. I walked up to Daniel and reached out. Is it okay if I hold your hand? My watch pinged with the word yes.
It's not much tracking when you hold his hand, if you ask me. But what do I know?
Should we just grab his hand? Okay, we'll save. And I save. Okay. I'm thinking we just be assertive when we grab his hand. Oh. So he held out my other hand, and the three of us merrily went on our way. Yay! This here is boba. Do you want to try a sip from mine before we buy one for you too? Can the automata a drink? I offered Daniel a sip. Valefar was enjoying a taro concoction of himself. He blinked.
Perhaps he lacks the taste receptacles that we have.
I should have known. I'm sorry, Daniel. A message lit up on my phone. I will watch. Are you sure? Another nod. Well, where to now? I looked over at Valefar, hoping for some bright, modern ideas. I wonder if Daniel is not actually tracking her, but if he's actually tracking Valefar, because we know that Valefar is turning into a malevolent. So maybe Daniel's actually keeping track of him. Now, I do think Daniel likes us. I mean, he is communicating with us and all. But I can't help but wonder if maybe Daniel decided to keep track of Valefar soul, because we know that he's turning. And Valefar would have been scheduled for heaven, so it's not impossible.
I usually only come here with the others, or to get takeout. Ah, I think I know of a place Zafon had mentioned wanting to take you to, but I think he can deal with me leading into it.
What do you mean? A cat cafe? Oh my gosh, I love that these are just like real cats. Oh my gosh, do you think these are the developers' cats? I'll have to look that because that would make me so happy. But those are just like actual cats. That's so cute. I was in heaven. Not Not literally this time, but Valefar had brought me to something called a cat cafe. This is the best thing to have ever been invented. They have such things? Such things in modern times? And here I thought there was nothing but sorcery afoot. I could cry.
Are you crying?
For good reason. I can't help it. It's the happiest day of my life. I was laying down on a fuzzy rug and covered in piles of cats who had taken to me. As I knew they would, I was... What was it Savon had called it? A cat whisperer. They have chosen me. Oh, this is my dream. This is something kind of a little morbid, a little bittersweet, but when my cat passed away, one of the things I did is I went on YouTube and I looked up a bunch of cat cafe videos and stuff, and then I would just sit on the couch and I would smile and cry as I looked at little cat cafes.
Because they are intelligent creatures. Who wouldn't?
Real. Yay! Hi Mayflower! Welcome in! How are you doing? Happy Saturday! And cute! So cute, aren't all of you? The tabby cat wandered over to me and purred in response, and I cooed it again. I'm gonna take you all home! Valefar laughed and shook his head as if I weren't serious. Little did he know, I would snatch each and every one of them. But I couldn't have all the fun by myself now, could I? Come play with us, Valefar! My dad just got me a full body motion capture equipment for my birthday. Oh, that's really cool! Nice! Also, happy early or belated birthday! Happy birthday! Yeah!
Me?
Oh my gosh, it's him with the cat! Oh my gosh. Oh, seeing men with cats. I have such a soft spot for that. It is in fact my birthday today. Yay! Happy birthday! I laughed and pulled him down by his hand, and he fell beside me with an undignified but sort of adorable oof. Look, even Daniel's having a good time. Valefar tilted his head as he struggled to look at Daniel above a fuzzball.
How can you even tell?
Indeed, Daniel sat silently amongst some curious cats that kept nuzzling into him. He idly stroked their heads in a mechanical motion. I just can. Daniel, isn't this fun? He nodded, 2 bobs of his head this time, a veritable sign of enjoyment. Thank you, Valefar. After everything as of late, this is just what I needed. His smile and had a lazy quality to it, a carefree side that I had never seen. The cat beside me rolled over to show its belly, and I followed suit. Not to show my tummy, but rather to steal a kiss. I pecked Valfar's cheek, and felt it sear under my lips. Oh dear. By my Valefar, your cheeks are all red.
Don't tease me.
He's so cute! He glued his eyes shut, no matter how much I poked and prodded him. I held up one of the kittens to his cheek, where it began to lick him.
Please. We must show decorum in public.
He whispered so urgently and with such desperation that it took everything in me not to burst into laughter.
Please. We cannot. The cats.
If you want to stop me, perhaps open your eyes. How can you defeat your opponent with your eyes closed?
A true warrior can fight on all terrains, yet we do not let innocents get taken into the fray.
I may be a cruel tactician, but these kittens are always safe from me. I was opportune, however, a and snapped a photo of the sight. He wearily opened his eyes, and then another, and then barked such a mirthful laugh that the kitten yelped and leapt away from him.
You are not above using them as weapons, are you?
It is a marvel I escaped the clutches of hell, isn't it?
Well aware.
I am well aware of the lengths that you would go to simply fluster me. Know thy enemy?
Nonsense. I would never. You are a fully fledged Reaper. I did not think your soul would be in any danger.
Nonsense. Even in jest, you are never anything less than a dear friend. You shall make me feel guilty for teasing you if you say such sweet things like that. Unless that was the strategy.
Think as you like, but I meant every word.
Aw. Excuse me, but your time slot's finished. Please finish up so we may allow the next party in. Over so soon? Aw.
Lies when you're having fun.
Let's come back together again, okay?
Let's.
Promise?
I
Please?
promise.
Aww. I was tempted to seal the vow with another kiss, but the last thing I needed was for Valefar to faint again. The kittens would not stand a chance. I compromised by holding out my pinky, and Valefar linked his own around mine. Where's Daniel?
I think that is his head poking out from underneath all that fur.
Oh dear, I can see him hold on to the cat one too. See that little feather? Or what's left of it?
And do turn out your coat.
How did you know? A meow sounded from my pocket, and we both laughed at my helpless dismay. After we had rescued Daniel from his nest of fluffy creatures and ate dinner, Daniel enjoyed stirring a straw in my drink. We returned to the office. That was fun. I wouldn't mind going there on another date.
With Daniel.
Don't be mean. Or maybe I did mean that.
Don't think you're the only one with jests up her sleeve. That pout of yours is too adorable. I can see why Aries always teases you so much.
It is worth your ire. Daniel nodded, and I sighed at them both. Don't you start.
I make no promises. However, perhaps I can make it up with another date?
I'll hold you to that. As for the rest of today, what do we do now? I nodded over to Daniel, who was picking up some fur from his clothes.
I propose we stay nearby, in Perg today. At the first sign of trouble, we'll be there.
Would it be better to guard? Would it be better to guard Heaven's Gate?
I fear our presence may keep the souls away. The next ascension isn't to happen until tomorrow evening, as it is. We can watch what happens then. Let's ask Zafan what to do with our tag-along too.
Guys, can I go check on real quick? Hold on. The catboy was in fact eeping. Tisk tisk. Let's ask Stefan what to do with our tag-along, too. This room always gave me conflicting feelings that were not tangible enough for me to understand. Warring emotions of both dread and peace, both pain and joy somehow. And longing, endless longing, that tugged at my every heartstring, like a harpist at their instrument. Oh yeah, I'm trying to remember because it's been a while since the last time we played, but I'm pretty sure we think Valefar was the knight that was kind to us before we died. And for those who know, I have such a weakness to knights.
Rest here. I shall stand guard outside.
You shall do no such thing. I'm not asking you to share the bed, although you can, but there's no point in standing outside. The door makes for a good choke point, anyways. He sighed, relenting as he realized that any argument would be fruitless. To my pleasant surprise, he took a seat beside me.
You would have beseeched me anyway to take a seat, so I have spared you the trouble.
Ever the gentleman, a chivalrous knight indeed. He tensed, but then quickly eased. Yeah, see, he definitely was our knight, because every time we bring stuff up from that, he gets all tense and weird. He tensed, but then quickly eased. Valefar was always bothered by my mention of my knight friend in the past. Did he not like knights? Or did it dredge up painful memories of his past as a general?
Praise I do not deserve. No, I insist that you at least sleep. I am here by your side, am I not? You are well unguarded.
I'm not the one that I'm worried about. I nudged him softly with my shoulder, although I didn't move anyway. He looked down to where I lingered against him, and a nervous jitter passed his pupils. If I make you uncomfortable, don't be afraid to tell me off. I let the gap between us fall into place again, and he shook his head, reaching to hold my arm. Silence settled between us for a few moments. His fingers held onto my coat. As gentle as a whisper, he tugged me back towards him, and warmth flooded me where we touched. The pads of his fingers rested far too short a second on my arm, before they withdrew, and perhaps I leaned in just a little closer. No, I mean, I've never been good about women. Put your teasing on hold, but you've always been my friend, or any of that. My heart pounded out of my chest.
Lately, with all of this trouble going on with the Malevolence, and with how much traveling I have done in between our realms, I fear that I may be carrying something with me. Something that could harm you. Seeing you in pain the other day, I was worried it was my fault. That somehow I was contaminating you. After seeing the Malevolent, to need us to vanquish them. Can you understand my worry?
I tilted my head as I chewed on his words. There it was again. Truth cocooned within the eyes. It was something that I needed to unravel, but carefully, so that I wouldn't destroy him in the process. Is that why you were avoiding me before, too?
Yes. I didn't know how to tell you, but keeping you in the dark about my intentions only hurts you.
There was still something more. Something that he hid. Something that made him cry. Perhaps a sad memory of something had him shed tears, but I knew that was not it. It was something tied to this. I didn't want to push him, but the dread that pitted in my stomach told me that I could lose him forever if I didn't discover the truth. He struggled to be forthcoming, yet he had just tried to confess to me all that he believed he could do. It means a lot to me. Oh, it's so stressful when I'm playing without a guide. I feel like saying it's glad that he can't, because, like we said, it means a lot to me. I know it's not everything yet, or that you can tell me this. I don't know. They're both so similar. They're so similar that I don't know. I'm leaning towards this, but I'm wondering if we might be able to get more out of him if we say this one. I might try this one, and we might come back to it if I don't like it. I know it's not everything yet. And my ears are always open to hear more.
Thank you.
I promise Theo that I'm feeling fine. Anything I felt during the fight was from that creature, not you. That creature, indeed. He sighed, then allowed himself to slump against me, his head on the crown of mine.
And if you truly feel fine, perhaps I can stop pushing you away so much. While we wait, tell me more things. I enjoy hearing you speak. What sorts of things do you like?
Aww. That tickled my heart in a very funny way. I liked going to the opera with Felix. He had always loved the arts, and had introduced me to them as well. Valefar shifted uneasily.
I would rather we not mention his name in this place. All things considered. What do you like now that you've come to this world?
Oh, right. Sorry. Somehow I always circled back to speaking about Felix. Considering what happened with Somehow I always circled back to speaking about Felix. Considering what happened with the malevolence yesterday. Who knew if speaking about him could summon some sort of omen? I'd like to go to more cafes, like the one today. Being able to see so many animals is wonderful.
You'd love going to an aquarium.
Yes.
Fun to take you one day.
Oh, I love the aquarium. Why not take me yourself?
Things may get busier from now on. I don't want to make promises I can't keep.
Then how about you promise to try? Even a busy bee needs a bit of free time. I held my pinky up, and he made his second pinky promise of the day. What do you like, Valefar? I never got to ask, either.
Music. Classical music and reading always go well together, especially on a rainy day.
Hear, hear. Stasis occasionally had those. Whoever was in charge of our night and day cycle enjoyed mimicking the weather from the human world whenever we were bored. You do have a lovely library in your room from what I saw.
It's due for a reorganization. Goodness knows how long some of them have been collecting dust. I promise I'm not slovenly.
I know. You always take good care of the rest of us. How about I help you sort things out? We traded bits and pieces about each other, like collecting puzzle pieces, something Valefar was fond of. His favorite color is deep green, like the rich, lush trees of the forest, and I told him mine was ever-changing, but I did favor red. His speech had transformed into thoughtful hums and mumbles until he stopped speaking at all. He exhaled deep breaths against my shoulder as I looked down to see him. Oh, he fell asleep. He looks so sweet. I softly swept my fingers over his hair, marveling at the silver locks and how they shone under my touch, like moonlight given corporeal form. The way his face contorted put a pause to my fawning at once. Val? I dared reach out to stroke his hair again, but this time to soothe whatever disturbed his slumber. I was half afraid that he would jolt up again and knock me right off the bed. His nose scrunched like a rabbit's, but only a few of the wrinkles smoothed with each stroke. You're in so much pain. I ran my hand over his chest and concentrated the same way that I did when I absorbed the malevolence. Maybe I had some sort of power to help him, to take the bad away. Even though I did not expect anything to happen, his body stilled, and the beads of sweat on his skin slowly evaporated. I stroked his hair again. Maybe it had helped, maybe it didn't. Maybe whatever nightmare that was haunting him had ceased, even for a small while. Even if I were useless, I would still keep trying, on the off chance that it offered an ounce of relief. Sleep well, Val. I closed my eyes too, but remained alert. I hoped the Daniels would be okay tonight. My own had gone back to the other ones, since Stefan had wanted to make adjustments to all of them in the morning. As I looked at the photo of Valefar and the cat on my screen, I couldn't stop grinning ear to ear. Only Valfar's gruff voice jolted me out of my per usual. I quickly shut off my device and looked over to him as he blinked at me through blurry eyes.
Forgive me for nodding off on the job.
You deserve the sleep.
I haven't been able to sleep that well in. I can't remember, frankly.
Because we took his bad dreams away. Well, that and I think we actually did absorb some of the malevolent stuff from him, because he actually is dealing with that. He stretched out his back and pulled his arms behind him. The sight was, well, a treat to look at. I wished his shirt was shorter. Jay, what is wrong with you? Is this what happens after existing for so long?
I feel well rested for once.
No. Guys, again. Alright, give me a second. There we go. I need to adjust my AFK toggle so that it does my little like sleepy pose better. Alright. Do you get nightmares often? You seemed very uneasy in sleep.
Unfortunately so. It has become the same for you these days, has it not?
Yes, since I accepted the return of my memories. I rubbed my temple as it ached from just the thought. They've been trickling in like rainwater through cracks on a road. They've mostly been negative. But I remembered a pleasant dream lately. Laughing with my sister Violet, barling with him? Teasing Leon? Leon? Leon! It was like a fog had just cleared from my mind. The name that I couldn't find suddenly fell from my lips as if I had remembered it all along, as I should have. He was there with me at the end. How could I have forgotten someone so important to who I was? The last flower that survived the war-torn battlefield. Leon, that was the name of my knight friend. I finally remembered it. Hi, End! Hi! Oh. Hi! Welcome in. Happy Saturday, I hope you're doing well. Valefar tense, because Valefar is Leon. Guys, this is my fan theory. I'm so set that he's this night guy. Thank you for the hydrate. Val?
I would appreciate it if you did not speak of him. His actions inevitably destroyed my life, my family. They all perished, despite my best efforts.
Oh, he knew Leon. Dang it. I just want one of these people to be someone she knows in real life. Is that too much to ask for? Okay, but that is interesting. I shuddered, unable to speak, frozen by the truth. I knew all too well about losing family. Felix, because of him, because of me. Other people lost their families. Really? I didn't realize that that his actions were so long-lasting. I kept bringing it up. That must disturb you greatly. And what about me? Don't you resent me? I was too afraid to ask. How could I after we shared such... I didn't have the words to describe the moments that had passed between us tonight. Valefar chewed his lips, something I had never seen him do. Clearly he was giving some great consideration, and guilt coursed through me. We don't have to talk about it.
It's only natural you speak of your past. It is just... The truth is, I am closer to your time than you think.
Because he is, Leon. I'm gonna keep saying it. Huh? My heart debated between stopping and thudding wildly in my ears.
Hold that thought.
He muttered as his phone was buzzing wildly, then mine in tandem. Oh no. I opened the Daniel log, and the last entry sent my stomach plummeting. Thank you. What? Why would he... Valefar? He held up his phone. Both of our watches read a similar series of messages, with mine holding an additional farewell. Status. Approaching Heaven's Gate. Status. Ian. It just cuts off. We both sprang into action, leaping off the bed and sprinting through the door out of our haven. Please, please, please! We have to save them! We have to help them! The souls too. Oh god! We can't have lost them as well! I went as fast as my legs could carry me, and then some. My eyes desperately searched the area, but there was nothing, until I looked down. There they were, shattered in pieces. No, Daniel! My knees protested as I dropped down beside what was left of Daniel. They may have been built the same, they may have all been scattered into parts, but I knew which one was him. Daniel, can you hear me? Run. I'm not going anywhere! Who did this to you? Hate. Danger. Go. Then his chest cracked apart, disintegrating into dust. No! Sand slipped through my fingers as I laid my head on the ground for some time. Some of his shell still remained, but I feared that if I tried to pick him up, the rest of him would disintegrate into dust too. ashes into the wind yet again. Daniel, I'm so sorry. Are any of the other Daniels? Valefar was circling around the area and gave a shake of the head. Between his forefinger and thumb, there was only more dust. I leapt to my feet, anger and grief spiking both my heart and mind into a frenzy. It's heaven. Heaven is the problem. The angels must be doing this. I looked around the place for the malevolence. Their dark energy permeated the air, but they were out of sight. We needed to find them. Jay? Earlier that rune was here, and now they're all gone. All of them. No ascensions were supposed to happen tonight. But why were they near the gate? Why were the souls going near it? I showed him the message again, my eyes sting as the words "thank you" shone brightly on my screen. They knew the Daniels would expose them, so they eliminated them. They wish to gatekeep heaven so strictly that they are eliminating anyone who earned their way there.
That is a possibility, yet impossible at once. How would heaven produce malevolence?
Honestly, that's kind of a smart theory. That does seem to be what it's pointing to. But nothing's impossible, right?
You're right. I should not discount that there could be some way it could happen.
Exactly. We have to hunt down whoever hurt the Daniels. The malevolence have to still be around. For Daniel. For all the Daniels. And their lost souls. I'm so sorry if anyone's name is Daniel and you're watching this. Yeah, this is probably, it's probably weird hearing your name so many times.
Then, how about we ask for some assistance from our friends?
You called? Half of them were still in their casual clothing. Aries came around and banged on our doors, waking us up. I sensed a negative aura around my Daniel, and here we are. But it seems like someone did not notice the SOS go off. Sorry, I had tunnel vision while I was working. Are we too late?
I'm afraid so.
We need to find where the malevolence went. They could be hurting other people here. We'll split up in pairs. There's safety in numbers, even if I think I can handle them myself. I don't want to deal with the ghosts. That would be the closest he could get to being humble before combusting.
I will go with.
Aww. Game grabbed Seer's arm and hauled him off, leaving Saffron and Aries to squint at each other before going in opposite directions. Our morning alarms rang, but we slammed the snooze button as we continued our hunt. Perhaps these monsters were getting faster, for we found them all the way near the path to hell trying to sneak in. Had they come from there, or had they sensed that they were going to feed on terrible energy to sustain themselves? We had to take the day off after exhausting ourselves from the hunt. Stefan showed me how to wrap each doll into a bundle. I refused to let him be tossed into the incinerator. I don't know if I can do anything for them. Maybe the notes could help? Val told me you got pretty attached to yours. And from what I can see, he said got attached to you too. Stefan showed me his screen. All of the notes came to me too. Now I'm pretty upset you went to the cafe without me. That was going to be my birthday treat to you. And Valefar here had to go in and steal all of the brownie points. You get plenty of points, Stefan, for showing us the place. Yeah. Did you bring me back anything? Oh my gosh, my notes. He peered around hopefully, searching for what I may have possibly stashed a sweet treat. I turned out my empty palms. I got hungry and ate it. Man. He nudged me, then fondly ruffled my hair just the way he did to Sierra so often. I realized then that this was the first time in a long time that Stefan had shown me genuine affection and warmth. I was too preoccupied with everything else to realize, but now that I knew what I had missed. You're kind, Jay. I'm sure Val's told you, but no one would think twice about the Automa. But you did. You cared, and they knew it. These notes, their words. I didn't think it would be possible. Something for me to consider in the future. He kissed the top of my head. I'll take care of them, I promise. Go on home to bed. Get some sleep. We'll rendezvous at Kames to make game plans, yeah? I nodded, resting my head against his shoulder for a moment. I had missed his sunshine. I hated this. Terrible thing had to happen for us to get back to our old ways. But at least I had this again. Valefar's eyes softened, seeing us both. And he, too, read the energy between us. Had shifted. I'd always taken that for granted, how in tune he was with all of us. Always so observant, always trying to keep our family together. A family. That's what we were, right? And I'd do everything in my power to keep us from crumbling apart. I love the found family trope! We reconvened in the evening. Valefar had made a status report, while Sierra had Sierra take me home by force, since I never slept last night. I learned to separate things that pained me from what needed to be done. It was how I picked myself back up when I shattered into pieces, even when the things like today happened. The Daniels may have been made of shards of soul, but that made them no less precious to me. You have to either get permission or sneak her in. Jay is your best bet of tracking these creatures, from the looks of it, or at least managing to fight them. Valefar's distaste was evident. I know he didn't like me absorbing their essence, but our hands were tied. Same suggesting rule breaking? Surely are we sure that's really him? He's just bitter that he's not allowed to go in. This is him being petty. The withering glance cast at Aries confirmed his theory. My mother was an angel. I should be allowed in. What? James only answered me with a shrug. I'd rattle him until more information came out if we didn't have such urgent business. Like those magic 8-ball things Safon had once showed me. It won't be difficult for you, Valefar. Not with your grand promotion coming up. Gosh. My nose is so itchy, guys. He dodged the severe glance that Valefar aimed at his way, and I knew that the blithe smile he wore hid his mischief. Valefar set down his glass and walked over to the bookshelf, straightening up the already streaked books and polishing his visible dust. What? You cannot possibly hide such a historical event. I'm surprised you haven't told the others. He looked at me and I looked at Valefar, who found a spot on Kame's bookshelf particularly riveting. Historic event? Oh yes, the angelhood. He's becoming an angel? Dude's ascending from Reaper to Angel? I forgot they said that was a did we know that was a thing that could happen? Bless here. He always ready with the answers to my curiosity, although it was a good thing he held no secrets of mine. Not that I had any.
Sayer, if you could keep... Never mind. The cat's out the bag now.
He abandoned his post by the bookshelf and looked at us with the weight of the world on his shoulders. Angelhood?
They wish me to become an angel due to the work I have been doing. They have found my efforts satisfactory and believe it would be better suited for me.
I don't wish for it, but one cannot say no. Why not? They'd be asses about it. Sanctimonious stick up their asses sort of way. But you could still say no. It's not like the angels aren't difficult already.
I could, but I have my reasons for acceptance.
Well, congratulations. You shouldn't have any troubles getting her in. Then, as a high honor after all, then bestowing it onto you means that you hold sway. Fawn's lip pressed into a tight line and he suddenly stood up, rattling the table in front of him. His hands quickly steadied the glass. He cleaned the droplets as they fell hastily in uneven strokes. It's fine, Safon. Leave it. Safon ignored him and started rubbing a little too rough. He didn't make eye contact with us as he was practically fled from Kame's apartment. Is he alright? He will be. I shall go accompany him for some time. Unless you need any input from me into infiltrating heaven. if you decide to take that route. Infiltrating.
We are not infiltrating heaven. Such a strong word, Sayer. We will go in through the front door like good citizens.
Indeed you shall. Sierra kissed my sheet goodnight and hurried after on. He's too comfortable with you.
Agreed.
Well, when have you started agreeing with him? Yeah, it's weird. Also, so is her calling you Val. I don't like it.
Good.
And just like that, we are right back to normal. Gosh, guys, sorry, give me... Since the cat is out of the bag, I suppose you should put some pressure on Rune to let her in. We can tell them that my tracking has followed the lost souls into heaven. It isn't even a complete lie. We know the bad things have been happening near Heaven's Gate. It's only a logical conclusion.
Indeed. We just keep our other theories to ourselves in the meantime.
Good luck. I'd rather deal with the demons. I shuddered thinking of Alistar. Surely the angels can't be that bad. They were indeed that bad. I was lying on Valefar's couch after he had invited me over to organize his books with him. Neither of us would be able to sleep tonight. Him from his workaholic tendencies, and I from the grief I held from Daniel. This was his way of offering me comfort. Although I wish I could return the favor, as he received the 5th degree over the phone from... I assure you I have no frivolous needs in bringing Jay there. Not when she would receive such a cold reception. Is hell warmer because it's so hot in here?
It was a jest, Rune. Fine. Just have her ID card ready in the morning. Forgive my tone, but I may demand a little bit of respect if you have me working like a dog. I don't even want the bloody wings. Call it blasphemy if you want.
He jabbed at the screen and tossed the watch at the couch, which had bounced splendidly off and onto the carpet. Bravo, Valefar! I'd like to see you lose your temper more often.
A strange girl you are, then. Don't make a habit of goading me. You are the last person I wish to direct my ire to. Yet you've already experienced it twice.
He turned from the kitchen and put 2 mugs of coffee that I didn't even know he had brewed.
Am I not terrifying?
He chuckled, taking a sip from his own mug. No, I think it's attractive, actually. The wrath of Valefar. He sputtered all over his coffee table. Good grief, Valefar! Surely you're aware of your own good looks.
You can't just...
Nah, you're a kitty patootie. Please do not kick me out again. Or, if you do, don't fake a phone call to do it.
I would appreciate it if we could forget that incident.
Never.
You take after Aries, indeed. Cruel, cruel woman.
I sat up and took the warm mug in my hands, basking in the warmth. I still felt cold from earlier, one that I wasn't able to shake off.
The coffee isn't as good as what they serve in hell, but I do hope it can still satisfy you.
Of course it will. You made it for me after all. I took a sip, sighing as my limbs felt the warmth spread throughout. I looked down at the rich brown liquid and at my reflection. A stray tear fell rippling the image.
Bad.
Sorry, it's all my fault. I thought we could get to the bottom of it, but it just... Everyone, the Automa, the Daniels, it's just one more thing that I caused to go wrong. It all just gets to a point...
Telling you that they were simply dolls will do nothing to ease your heart.
He sat close to me this time, a stark contrast to the last time we sat on this couch, as he was blotting from me the last time, as he was bolting from me the last time.
Instead, I will tell you that the dolls perhaps felt something for the first time thanks to you. A proper sense of purpose, a fulfillment in a way. I think they had fun in the way that they could. You are a good person.
You make all sorts of beings want to become more than they are. But look at what happened to them.
You make all sorts of beings want to become more than they are. It is unfortunate, I do not deny that. But it is not your fault.
Rather, the blame lies with whatever is causing the malevolence to appear and cause harm.
Rather, the blame lies with whatever is causing the malevolence to appear and cause them. And I think, no, I believe that if they had the choice between what happened or to stop it, if it meant knowing you and what you gave them, I think that they would make the choice to do it all over again.
Even if all others, perhaps, didn't enjoy a wonderful day, your own Daniel received, I think they all sensed it, and they themselves got to do more on their own. They too came from souls fragmented as they may be, but only you saw that within them. I think I can understand that. It's better to feel than to repress it at all. Even if sometimes I do wish I could numb myself to some things.
That is how I lived all these years. I'm still set in my ways, but I am starting to see another perspective.
You don't practice what you preach?
Who does?
I laughed sadly. I too was torn. If we say something enough, maybe we can believe it in time. And I will be there with you every step of the way, for as long as I live. An easy silence fell between us. The quiet moments had turned into ones of peace instead of awkward ones. When did that happen? He put a stack of books beside me. He started to wipe the edges clean as he dusted the inside shelf.
I never wanted to go to heaven. I told you it was because I thought I was unworthy. While that holds true, there is one more reason.
I feared that if I wanted to leave there, the only exit would be reincarnation. I did not ever wish to be human again, not after the pain I've experienced. To feel it again would be unbearable.
So I asked what I could do instead. And then, here I was, their first volunteer reaper.
What troubles you have faced? Oh my gosh, I cannot read today! Oh my gosh. What troubles have you faced, Valefar? Were they because of him? Because of me? I reached out to put my hand over his. If he didn't want to speak, I wouldn't force him. He paused, dusting, putting his other hand over mine and squeezing.
This has been eating me alive. I feel like I have been remiss in not telling you this, but I am from your time.
I knew that, bud. Yay! My mind spun. It's not like it would be impossible, especially not with the ages of everyone, but what? And from where you hail. I thought it would be better to keep it to myself all this time, but if I could possibly offer a moment of solitary in this reveling this. Unless it is an unwelcome revelation. I shook my head, not finding the words to speak just yet. There was so much more to our story. How many chapters would I need to dust off? Like this library where eternity waited in tomes. Before I could help myself, I grasped his hand, as if I could somehow find the past in them. Gosh. Yeah, it feels nice, really. Not nice in the way that you had to live in war-torn times. I'm not being very eloquent right now, but it's a light feeling inside of me. I'm not saying I feel alone, not when I have all of you by my side, but...
Having a similar origin gives you a different sense of camaraderie?
Yes, precisely. When words fail me, you always know just what to say.
You give me the space to speak.
Thank you, Valefar. I hugged him tightly. He tensed again, and I knew he was still worried about getting me ill. Oh, we're gonna save, and I want to hug him tighter. If I have a choice to touch a guy in these games, I will do that. Okay. I know I've been pestering you, badgering you, leading you on random chases, and even kidnapping you.
All in good fun, but it's the opposite.
You've been taking care of me, even when I've been a stubborn old man about it.
You've been taking care of me, even when I've been a stubborn old man about it. I haven't felt taken care of in a long, long time. You also taught me that it is high time that I delegate more and ask for assistance instead of maintaining a need to do it myself.
Even when you're still taking on Kaim's work? He shrugged easily, a hint of chagrin in his smile.
I have my reasons, but I do take on far less than before. You are very kind to me, more than I deserve.
With someone like you, it's easy to be. You deserve kindness, more than you grant yourself, and more than you expect from us. I know everyone relies on you, gets to tell you how much they appreciate you.
Aries would die rather than express affection.
There's that too. I doubt Kaim would fare much better. I died with many regrets, so I don't want to make the same mistake twice. All of this to say, be kind to yourself, Valefar, and know how important you are to us. I may not have known you as long as the others, but all the same I care about you just as much. The fondness that radiated off of him wrenched my heart. The next morning, I spent time catching up on some reapings. I fell behind with the mission in Purgatory, while Valefar had gone to wage war on the angels. A bureaucratic war, anyways. He returned with a bottle of brandy and freshly minted identification card, the spoils of his victory. I was mature about the fact I could finally go inside heaven. Would I still be a pariah? Most definitely. But I could weather the stairs here. I could certainly ignore the snooty angels. Maybe they were off-putting because they reminded me so much of the nobility, and the disdain they would direct towards me when I would dare to venture into their mists. Did Valefar know about that? We spent the rest of the time together speaking about our favorite foods, visages, and danced around anything more serious. Too much angst had been plaguing us, and I wanted moments of levity to remind him that being a human was not a total waste. Excitement bubbled inside of me like champagne, aching to burst and spray out in celebration. Gosh, guys. My air purifier turned off. I think that's why my nose is so itchy. Oh, I might have to end early today if it stays itchy because I literally keep itching it and it's not exciting. Alright. Excitement bubbled inside of me like a champagne aching to burst and spray out in celebration. Despite the wary looks angels gave me for being an interloper and in their sacred land, I couldn't care less. How could I? There was a faint glow of everything that wasn't visible. No, but I could feel it all the same. Every step was so feather light, it was as if I was dancing across the street or gliding without wings. And how everyone has such a various kinds of wings too. Shapes, sizes, some had 2 and some had 12 or more. I wondered how Valefar's would be. Were wings like our weapons, which reflected who we were on the inside, or could he choose the shape? Would someone else assign them to him? I turned to look at him and imagined him in resplendent, angelic beauty. His gaze was fixed on me and my excitement. This is so beautiful, Valefar! Maybe I could take residence in a corner that no one would find me in forever. The clouds are so fluffy, yet so easy to walk on. I could bounce along them forever. Unfortunately, this foray into dreamland was cut to a halting stop when I saw... Lucian? Nox. It's Nox. Although I'm not too opposed to Lucian, now that I think about it. How are you always in places you're not supposed to be? I proudly held up my license. Well, this time I have a permit to be here. Is it fake?
It is signed, stamped, and official.
Wait, that's not the problem here. Valefar, why are you not surprised he's here? How on earth is he even here?
Why do you think Kame hasn't been allowed here? They knew that he would turn heaven inside out and then some if he knew that his outlaw brother is working here.
Oh. And I can't blame him. Seer lost his wings because of everything that happened between him and Malthus. Meanwhile, he's just been here in heaven? I crossed my arms and embodying Kame with indignation, both on his behalf and mine. Rage reddened the edges of my vision, and I stepped backwards, directing a Medusa-level glare at my Reaper and my outlaw. Explain, now! Alright guys, I think we might call it here with a short stream since we finished a chapter. Just because I'm like having, I think, like a small allergic reaction because of the air thing not being on. And my nose is so itchy. It's so itchy I can't focus. Oh, I was hoping we could play more today, but... Oh shoot, wrong thing. Okay. We'll go ahead and save. And we'll come back here. Oh, I'm sorry, that was so short, guys. My nose is just so itchy. Oh. It is not pleasant. I was hoping we could play more, but I think there's only so much I can do right now. Ugh. I just feel so itchy. It's not fun. I hate it. I hate when my air purifier randomly turns off. Oh, it makes me such a mess. Well, I do want to check something. Let me look. I might check this again. I wanted to look at my different controls. Oh, not do that. Oh, okay. I don't think I have one for it. I think so. I want to edit this one. Maybe I should add... stream. Alright, cool. I got it added, so this should work now. For instance, now when I go AFK, I can do this. I think. Or not. Okay, let me try this again. I'm trying to hotfix something while I've got it open, because otherwise I'm gonna forget. Okay. Bit thing. That works. Oh, maybe I'll just have to research this. Alright, I'll look into it. Ugh, sorry again, guys. I wanted to share, but generally, yeah, my face is itchy. That's not a good sign. Oh no. Alright guys, well I'll try and get my schedule posted, hopefully, sometime, Sunday or Monday. I haven't decided when, because I'm going to be at the Ren Fair tomorrow. It might not be till Monday, but we'll be live next Friday, next Saturday. Saturday we're for sure going to play Stardew Valley with Nari. We're going to have our Stardew Saturdays, and then that Friday, I don't know what we're gonna play yet. We might do some Final Fantasy, we might do some Dandy's World, I don't really know yet. Might be a surprise, whatever suits my fancy. We'll see. Haven't been decided. Yep. That's what you can look forward to. So again, sorry for abruptly ending. It's just like, oh my gosh. I'm so itchy out of nowhere. I probably need to take some allergy medicine and chill. But thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed stream today. Take good care of yourselves, okay? As always. Alright. I love you guys all so much. You guys are the best. Make sure you take good care of yourselves. Drink some water, eat some food, stretch, walk around. It's late, you need to get some rest. Get some rest. Take good care of yourselves, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully we can finish this game at some point. It's just like things have been kind of hectic, but I'll see you guys later. Alright? Alright, bye!